Docket number 012. Case file, Smoke and Mirrors, Candyman reboot director Self-Snitches. So, I am Inkarnate, your Inkuisitor General of the Mind's Eye, welcoming you back to the Mind's Eye Inquisition. How about that Bone Temple trailer, right? Following up on the 28 years later, so soon after the most recent movie rounded out the 28 film trilogy. And what's that? Who's helming the ship? Aspiring director and new face on the scene, Nia DaCosta. Well, is this her first horror movie? Her sophomore scary movie, you say? How did that first one go? What is it part of? Was it part of another famous franchise? What's that? Aspiring director and new face on the scene, Nia DaCosta responds in her own words in a recent interview? You don't say! Do we have anyone covering this breaking story? Oh, wait a minute.
Now, come on!
Let me handle this, bitch.
Shout out to YouTubers Nerdrotic and Heel vs. Babyface, whom, without them, I wouldn't have even heard of this story. We take you now live to the scene. So, apparently our girl Nia DaCosta had done an interview recently that was titled, Nia DaCosta says her 28 years later sequel has something that the Marvels didn't. A really solid script. Huh, is that a fact? Notice that the title only mentions the upcoming zombie sequel and her prolific superhero flop. That'll be important later. What do you say we do a deeper dive into the article proper? So, it reads, one of the issues I had with Candyman and the Marvels was a lack of a really solid script, which is always gonna just wreak havoc on the whole process. Hold up. I'm sorry, what? What was that other horror film that the director of said film said lacked a solid script? Candyman 2021. Really? You gotta be kidding me. That's a classic cultural icon. That peerless cinematic phenomenon? Who is responsible for this? We know Nia DaCosta is certainly blameless. I mean, she was the director of the film. I demand to know who had screenplay duties, what crack team of writing staff is to blame for this. Well, if it ain't the self-snitch of the century, or is it self-sabotage, or is it career suicide? So, Nia, baby, did you forget that you're at least partially responsible for having written and then adapted the same script you're now condemning? Bro, what in the hell were you thinking? Clearly, she ain't the sharpest light bulb in the cookie jar now, is she? But never mind this glorified DEI hire. I don't understand. The ever-reliable horror websites told me that the 2021 Jordan Peele-produced film was an instant classic, a modern hit. I mean, that's what they were saying, right?
Don't say that.
I mean, they wouldn't lie to us, would they? Would you, IGN? Nia DaCosta's slow burn sequel makes Candyman feel vital, both building on and, of course, connecting the movies in the series that came before it. Isn't that right, Bloody Disgusting? Nia DaCosta's Candyman uses centuries of trauma and loss to reframe and reclaim Candyman. You don't say. What? What the hell are you talking about? Who do we have next? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. How could I forget? Isn't that right, Dread Central? Candyman review. Nia DaCosta's film will terrify a new generation of viewers. Yeah, in all the wrong ways. Bruh, I'm trying to tell you, man. These people running cover for what people knew was a bad film. I mean, if you saw it, you know it isn't any good. And now you got the director admitting that? Oof, baby. This is precisely why entertainment media cannot be trusted, because they are bought out bootlickers, journalistically compromised, and creatively unsighted. These are the same people currently praising Alien Earth week to week and utilizing that trusty old damage control tactic of attacking the fans with actual taste. The 2021 Nia DaCosta reboot was even more mid than that middle-of-the-road Hellraiser reboot from 2022. I mean, bad back-to-back adaptations of two of Clive Barker's greatest films, stories, and characters. Just to show you what a failed experiment this trial run in identity politics filmmaking was, can we compare the box office of the 2021 reboot and the original Tony Todd classic? So, 61 million for the 2021 film. Now let's take a look at the original. 69 million. This is what we were left with. This film had the celebrity of Jordan Peele, praised as a post-Get Out, post-Black Panther, return of a classic with a female director, and all you were left with was a paltry $8 million deficit compared to the vastly superior original film. I mean, gasp! Like, what were they honestly thinking with this? And, like, keep in mind, these are the same talking points that nobody talks about. These are the same insights that all of these websites that I mentioned just before, like, I was never gonna hear this quote, this story run if it wasn't for Nerdrotic and Heel versus Babyface. You were never gonna see these numbers in comparison unless I was the one that reported them. Like, bruh, this is embarrassing, man. And all the talk of how James Gunn's Superman didn't outperform Man of Steel, and check out this little number here. And if the same director of said movie ousting this exaggerated requel isn't debilitating enough, if the pandering shill sites and critics weren't working overtime to pander for this dung heap, you actually had another horror film from an even bigger franchise trying to glaze it.
I hear you're a horror fan. Candyman, the original or requel?
Both.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
Okay. Game recognized game.
Nope.
Like, seriously, who in their right mind was banking on Bone Tomahawk or whatever this latest film is called? Who was banking on this 28 years sequel from Nia DaCosta directing being any good?
He had a purpose for you to be another one of his terrible stories.
My God, this is truly something embarrassing, man. I mean, look at this number. Jesus, like what were you people thinking? All the numbers are right in front of you. And all right, the Marvels was a bad movie, but she had like a $200 million budget to work with. She had the celebrity of Jordan Peele going into Candyman. Not to mention, this was at the height of of woke cinema. So, we have a female director for helming this franchise reboot. Like, come on, man. You had plenty of things working towards you, and you were one of the same writers of this film whose script you're now decrying. Like, for real. My God. Like, yeah, who, why? How can these people be this blind? And now she's self-snitching on herself. Okay. And for those who, for some reason or another, those lingering apologists, either in denial or that suffer from bad taste, that still think that this mediocre film, this knockoff from 2021 is some kind of solid installment in the Candyman franchise. I hate to break it to you, but
It doesn't matter what you think!
and now we come here to the end scene of the recent 28 years later Bone Temple trailer. Oh my God. So not only does Nia DaCosta get third billing as the director, but there's no mention of from the filmmaker that brought you Candyman 2021. What does that tell you? Let me spell it out for you. Candyman 2021 is utterly forgettable, has no cultural or critical resonance with horror fans, and has been exposed, embarrassed, and abandoned by its own director. Folks, it is imperative that we as fans demand better from our storytellers. Because otherwise, they'll cut corners, they won't take any risks, they'll provide us paint by numbers tripe and demand full price for it. Now, if you happen to be the type of consumer that will guzzle all of this snake oil and then ask for seconds, well,
Get what you fucking deserve!
well, hey, look on the bright side. I'm sure that Jordan Peele's upcoming Him movie couldn't possibly suck, right? Right?
He had a purpose for you to be another one of his terrible stories.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, why is the Mind's Eye Inquisition the place for heated debate? Because I ask the burning questions that inquiring minds want to know. If you're resigned to your fate, time to subscribe to your fears.
Warn your friends. Warn everyone.